That should do the trick. Glass eye. What? Oh, this is not. It's this glass eye. I thought this was the glass eye and I was very confused. But this is just the bedeviled crystal wall, of course. I like that. The otherworldly forces within it seem to be entirely harmless. From this end, anyway. Very cute. Nope. 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 Whoa. What in the tarnation? Bolt of negative energy. Hitting like a truck. I'm also lethally poisoned. This went downhill exceptionally fast. Well, we have one blink. I mean, I can probably afford a curing, right? I can always blink again if something comes into view. And otherwise, let's be slow, methodical, and smart about this. Holy moly. So that went to hell in a handbasket in no time flat. Yikes. We definitely need to take care of the Tengu here. I'd also like to not be fragile if at all possible, though I never remember the exact consequences of this. Ah, there we go. Plus 50% incoming damage. Oh, fragile is much scarier than I've given it credit for historically. Yikes. Well, in that case, we blast these sons of guns. We hold you back with some hands, catch these hands, and then we fully heal up. And then should be able to face off against Tentacled Monstrosity on their own. Yeah, no problems whatsoever. It's mainly the corroboration, it's the overall onslaught of it all that generally gives us room for pause. Reach out and grab you. Can I grab living spells? No, it doesn't seem to be effective. And I'll just walk up to you, my friend, and blast you the old-fashioned way. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Well, we've definitely gone a bit of a slow in our roll here, to say the least. Things have chilled out since we got down to the last floor of depths. Don't know where all these kiddlywinks were hiding the entire way, but now they're definitely out for blood. And they're not making our job very easy. Which, you know, fair enough. Everyone's got their own jobs to do. I can definitely at least appreciate that you do you and I do me, and we'll all get out of here happily. And I've always said this. Reach out and grab you for sure, sir. Also, I think my armor kind of rivals you in some senses, which is interesting. How the heck you closing the gap to me, you son of a gun? Well, let's just keep on running our way through. We'll take some LRD hits, but that's not the end of the world. Kill you, my friend. You kids are slow, so even if this goes nightmarishly, we can always escape. Not too shabby. Okay, hopefully we're back on track. Hopefully we've taken care of some of the worst that this floor has to throw our direction. And I can kind of settle back into a nice steady state here moving forward. Do you have to come up with more training? I mean, spells are looking pretty awesome at the moment, so maybe we go all over the board. Armor can come up. Evo can come up. Again, I don't think I need much more invocations than we currently have spellcasting, though. More max MP is always quite lovely at this time of year. And let's start there, and we'll see how she goes, shall we? I think that's a decent place to set ourselves up for in terms of skills. I don't think we'll need too much more training to get through the rest of this in one piece. Hello, Marjorie. Some of the more interesting fire enemies showing up. Haven't spent quite enough time with some of the new hells to really be confident in Searing Wretches. In fact, yeah, okay, they give vulnerability to fire. I mean, I guess not really the biggest of deal when you have 3 pips of fire resistance, but not ideal by any stretch either, especially with Marjorie, you know, coming in from the top rope there. Okay, we step in. We blast these sons of guns. It does not do as well as I was expecting. Teleport. Please and thank you. And then I heal a little bit. Oh gosh, this is not better. As long as, okay, you kids are on your side, I'm on my side. We're all happy here, right? Everyone's chill? Nope, not everyone's chill. There we go. No thank you, Marjorie. Not really looking forward to an encounter with you at the moment, my friend. There we go. Oh boy. Every time I keep thinking that we're through the tough spot and we're ready to roll and just rampage. Go back to our usual rampaging self. But unfortunately, DCSS has other plans in mind, other ideas in motion here. But at some point, Marjorie will show their face. I don't think... Yeah. Cannot use brand weapon on random scrolls, even though... Or on random artifacts, I should say. Even though it works that way for the other type enchantments, but that is fine by me. Let's just Tremor Stones these sons of guns. Actually deals more damage. Quite a bit more damage than I was expecting. Love to see it. And then Marjorie, you on the other hand, just push you back and kill you the old-fashioned way. No real issues whatsoever. Fantastic. It's back to those Draconians. I mean, our fight against the Draconians, if nothing else, has been a good indicator that we're not quite ready for Zot. You know, makes sense. We're experienced level 22. Still have no 3rd rune under our belt. We got a lot of the world ahead of us here. At the end of the day. But we'll see if we can't finagle this into a bit more of a comfortable spot as we continue going here and get closer and closer to finishing up the run. Fantastic. Okay, so we got 3rd rune and then we got Zot prep. Again, I'd probably like to get a bit more experience. I don't know if we have too much more on the treasure side. I mean, obviously, if we can swap out our helmet for something better, sign me up. But otherwise, I think it's time we swapped over to poison resistance. If I look up dragon scales here, still in the 2 or 3 gold dragons we killed. Unfortunately, none dropped their skin, because that's something that, even though I'm not sure if I'm gonna fully swap over to it, or at least don't feel as much of a pressing need to with the state of our resistances, I still want to see how it affects our spellcasting rates, because if we're able to stick with it, even in an armor piece that heavy, then I am one happy camper. But before we're ready for that, where are we heading now? Maybe it's just time for some elf. Elf should be pretty straightforward at this stage of the game. Again, with the solid resistances that we have arrayed before us here, I'm imagining it won't be too bad. So let's pop in and put that theory to the test, shall we? Unfortunately, those sons of guns are stuck up above. Not that it should matter too much. In fact, holy moly, how did I take, like, just no damage that whole time? Ah, till the archers come to play. Again, if we could just stick to elemental magic, that would be swell. I'm not so much of an archer man, so I have difficulties. It happens to lots of guys, or at least that's what my spouse tells me. But no real issues. If I could get... We're mainly coming through here because we really want like some blink scrolls. A helmet, again, would be lovely, but otherwise it's largely on the consumable side, where we are just crossing our fingers and hoping that we get some solid movement out of the whole thing. I will just blast you kiddos. Please do get it twisted. Then fighting in here feels dumb and bad, but it's kind of working. Holy moly. It's a gosh darn miracle. I'll murder you, my friend, and then can I get but a moment respite? Oh, apparently not. Not at all. As the archers come out in force, what do you have, my friend? A wand of light? I think the only real danger there is the amount of damage that it can put out. Otherwise, we're looking okay. I do want Scroll of Fear. Oh, we did get a Scroll of Blinking. Hell yeah, brother. The one thing that we explicitly called out, we did end up discovering. That is wonderful. I could drop the plate armor for now. Maybe I do drop the Widowmaker. Widowmaker is not happening in this game. I'm pretty happy with our setup and want to kind of fully explore it to my heart's content. The game will give us the opportunity to do so. And so it's going to be two-handed until the end of time itself. Again, if you're watching this, I would recommend switching over to using a shield in almost any context. Definitely if you have a good shield to throw at your character, but it's not always about what's best. Sometimes you got to fool around a bit, flex your, I guess, fortune, misfortune, whatever slant you deign to assign to the discovery of a lovely, wonderful two-handed weapon. And we'll roll with those punches and see where it brings us. Another blinking scroll, hell yeah. So, the main thing to keep in mind here, the goal for the rest of our time that we spend in Elf, whether that's a long time or a short time, the main goal is to not use 2 blinking scrolls. Then we still come out of this ahead. If we burn through all the consumables that we find, and especially if we burn through even more than what we found here, then we're in a bit of trouble. And that was our last experience. Oh no, son, Kirke, where are you? I will get revenge. You made me kill an innocent pig, maybe, or was it a shapeshifter? Maybe it was a shapeshifter actually. So never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me, pardon me. Noxious Bob and Ozokubu's armor. I mean, I guess I could learn Ozokubu's armor. It's pretty cheap. It's almost definitely just fully castable already. Even without any real... I mean, do I have no ice training? Or maybe I just have some? No ice training. Maybe it won't be, actually. Level 3. Yeah, not quite. I would have to do a little bit of training if we did want to take that path. It's something that is really nice on a hybrid character because we're oftentimes standing our ground anyway, and so just getting that extra snippet of armor class could be nice. Apologies for the interruption to the thought there, but poison resistance ring. I'm changing back to my old armor. We don't need 3 pips of fire resistance, so I think using a poison resistance ring actually pretty tenable for us at the moment. Wish that tab fighting would target the spellcasters instead of the summons, but that's fine. My fault for being lazy, really, at the end of the day, for being honest. Okie dokie. Well, here is where we have to potentially make a tough decision. Because, again, I don't want to spend more than we gained for coming this direction. I don't want to defeat the entire purpose of this operation that we've endeavored upon. And so, we want to be potentially quick to chill out if push comes to shove. Okay, this could be end vault, so I'm gonna just block that with an exclusion, and let's keep exploring the rest of the zone here. In fact, yeah, some shops. Fortunately, no poison resistance on a better suited ring, but that's fine. Manual of polearms, too little too late. Almost maxed out there at this point. Holy, that's an expensive talisman. What the heck, man? It's got the slow ego and everything, and it still costs an arm and a leg? You must be out of your goddamn mind. You think the president is going to bring the nation to the brink? Well, also finally just came to the realization we have money again, so probably should consult the shopping list, see if there's anything else we want to bring into the mix here. Might just be the experience potions. I was hoping I'd remembered incorrectly and this ring had poison resistance on it, but c'est la vie. Yeah, otherwise I guess not a whole lot for us at the moment. Let's not worry about it. Okie dokie. Ooh. Artifact chainmail. Vinestalker Knight of Luganu is interesting. You don't hit for very hard, but your armor class is absurd. I mean, I can probably kill you. 44 damage per hit is no joke. But you're the only one in there? Yeah, I can see invisible, so that's not a concern. Actually, yeah, do you know what? I fight you the old-fashioned way. That's totally fine. +4 chainmail of hide and seek. Nope, that's not gonna make the cut, unfortunately. So, final kind of decision time. Do we bother fighting in the final vault? There's not a lot of treasure we can add to the mix. The chance of us finding a helmet, not grand. I guess we could find a better ring. I am a sucker for treasure. So let's dip in. We'll see how things are looking and how we're feeling here. Okay, a little vestibule. Nice, nice, nice. We probably want to do is drop one of these. Let's go 2 back and drop one of these. Okay, definitely need to kill that elemental before they ruin my life. But otherwise, these kiddos shouldn't be too much of an issue here. Got our optimal kill corridor for casters. So hopefully that's enough to kind of push us over the edge. I guess it also works fairly well against archers. Should that come to pass. Hello? Sir? Thank you. Shibuya. Perfect. And rinse, repeat. This is our life now. But after our most recent example of exploring through through Elf 3 here, If that's any indication, then we definitely need to be careful here. Interesting. Well, this is another pretty slick ring. I mean, I could just change out Plog for it, actually. I don't need the Ring of Flight at the moment, so let's grab this. I'd go down 1 willpower, but I'm maxed out, so I think it's worth the strength +6. Should do some numbers for us here. Should increase our damage as well as actually making everything more castable. Also, Death Channel is fully operational, so I probably should be using that here or there, you know? I'm up to 7 spell levels. I don't know if there's anything else I really want to throw into the mix here. I'm feeling pretty dang solid, all things considered. Sir, that was rude. Exceptionally rude, if you ask me. But hey, through hell and high water, I guess. Definitely dip in here. Okay. Get rid of your evasion with a bit of grasping action. Perfect. How many more enemies are coming from the vault side, do you think? Hopefully not too many more. Sacrifices had to be made. The Scepter of Torment? What the heck are you doing up here, man? Should be back in, like, Tartarus where you belong, you son of a gun. An Amulet of Regen I will definitely want to keep here. Just because if we are heading into Abyss, chances are that will be joining the club. That will make the cut. And though it may feel extraneous, I'm still going to play this just as carefully as I can. I really like this character, and so I would appreciate if they're able to get through in one piece. Would be nice. AC +4 in +2. It's an okay little ring. Again, I'm looking for something with poison resistance on it, if you could be so kind. Maybe, just maybe. Harlack, cold resistance, wizardry in +3. I mean, it's not poison resistance, but you know what? I think maybe this Ladge Tang has seen the last of its days, so let's drop that and pick up this new ring. Mainly because I'm curious, so if I temporarily get rid of my poison resistance and throw this son of a gun on, obviously all of these are now just completely castable, but how deep does the rabbit hole go? I can start bringing in some of these, like an almost Orb of Destruction. Maybe something to that. It fits a little bit less into the hybrid caster and a bit more so into blaster, but it's hard to argue with just sending at least one orb off as enemies make their approach, especially if they're far away in an open room. On an open field, Ned? Well, something to think about. Something to add onto the back burner, and we'll see how relevant it may or may not be. Definitely jump in here for hanging out with these kiddos, though.